here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They envisioned it. He'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. In for the score. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Although it's more commonplace now than at any other time in the NFL.
35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And
Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
319! 319! Gone, gone!
set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And coming out now, the Broncos. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Back to throw here. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit. All right.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off right around the 43. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll look to throw here. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Charles Harris with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Freeman, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. To throw now on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Underwood. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Gone! Back there!
They'll set up to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Goes underneath for Bell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
first down. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And it's a fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one is right through. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Now this time he'll look to throw. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Broncos add on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Packers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Leopard!
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Line, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll drop the throw, and the Broncos get there and take him down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Farmer. A good pickup there, a 22.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw again. Forced out to utter pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. This is 3rd and goal, still looking for the first points of the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game. Frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep. Back up. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. Now with his third touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Pass complete. But no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yards. Okay. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Farmer. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back to throw here. Gets it off to Freeman. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught here by Bell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call.